Hello and a very warm welcome. You're watching an India Today special broadcast. Over the next half an hour, we will give you a full wrap of Phase 5, the fifth phase out of 7 phases in the Indian Lok Sabha elections now over. I want to show you through this election intelligence dashboard what happened through the day today. Remember, the poll today was largely in Uttar Pradesh, where the maximum number of seats went to polls, 14 out of the 18 in the Awadh area going to the polls today. There were polls also in half of Rajasthan. 12 out of the 25 seats of Rajasthan went to polls today. The other big state where there were polls was Madhya Pradesh, where 7 out of the 29 seats went to the polls. Let's show you the latest polling percentages that we are getting from Uttar Pradesh. On these 14 seats in 2014, there was 57% vote share so far. And I want to make this very clear, these aren't final numbers. But when the EC last updated us at about 6 p.m., you had 53% polling already in 2019 in comparison with 57% in 2014. It's highly likely by the time polling ends that the number would be more. Amongst the big seats where there was polling, the biggest face-off was in Amethi and in Rae Bareli. In Amethi, there was all sorts of charges that were leveled by Smriti Irani that Rahul Gandhi was trying to capture booths and not allowing voters to vote. There was 52% voting here in 2014. So far, there's already been 49% voting. The final numbers are still to come. There's also Rae Bareli, where polling happened today. In Rae Bareli in 2019, there's already been 50% polling. In 2014, the overall figure was 52%. Smriti Irani, we spoke to her. She put out a video saying the people aren't being allowed to vote. She was very upset with the manner in which polling was being carried out. There was information that Rahul Gandhi may be going to Amethi. In the end, he decided not to. Take a look at some of what happened in Amethi today.
Someone was forced to press the button.
I'm not saying it. Somebody has gone on record and said it on a video, which I have seen, and I have alerted the election commission. Rahul Gandhi has just landed. Is that why he's landed? So he can tell his goons to capture votes. जब आपका अपना अस्पताल एक व्यक्ति को मार डाले सिर्फ इसलिए क्योंकि उसके पास आयुष्मान भारत का कार्ड था, तो राहुल गांधी अगर इमोशन ना ही दिखाएं तो बेहतर। इमोशन की ज़रूरत तब थी जब उनके अस्पताल में एक गरीब गया था आयुष्मान भारत का कार्ड लेकर, इस अपेक्षा के साथ कि उसे मुफ्त में इलाज मिल जाएगा, जो नरेंद्र मोदी ने देश भर में सुनिश्चित की। राहुल गांधी के अस्पताल के प्रतिनिधि ने कहा ये राहुल गांधी का अस्पताल है, मरने की कगार पर छोड़ गया, वो व्यक्ति मर गया। आज राहुल गांधी के हाथों में एक निर्दोष अमेठी वासी का खून है।
The biggest battle in Phase 5 was fought in Amethi. Palumi Saha has been tracking what's happening in Amethi. We've got Maushmi Singh joining us from Rae Bareli. The Gandhi bastions were up for polls today. Palumi, give our viewers a full sense of how enthusiastic response was in the rural pockets of Amethi, in the urban pockets of Amethi. What is it that you picked up on the ground?
Well, Amethi has definitely witnessed some very good polling this time round. Rahul, we're still waiting for the final figures because polling finally ended at about 7 p.m. In Amethi because obviously there were a lot of voters who had come in to cast their ballot in the last leg of the polling timing. So they continue to vote till about 7 p.m. So we're waiting for the final figures at 5 p.m. when the Election Commission, the State Election Commission, had released the figures. It stood at about 48.56%. So it could be more than the polling figures that we saw in 2014 already. So that is going to be extremely interesting to see which way that goes. But yes, a lot of enthusiastic voters. Rahul Gandhi eventually did show up in Amethi. It was anticipated all of this time, and there were a lot of people at the booths and Congress workers who were completely on their guard, hoping that Rahul Gandhi would show up and possibly come to their booth. So they were there trying to do their job as Congress party workers, but eventually he didn't come. Smriti Irani, very interestingly, she visited a couple of assembly segments, which included Salon, which included Tiloi, which included Jagdishpur, but not Gauriganj and Amethi assembly segments. So that was very interesting because the last time round she did the rounds of all the assembly segments and then of course stayed the night here in Amethi as well. Today today she's returned to Lucknow. So does that send out some sort of signal? We're not very sure. The fact that Rahul Gandhi himself didn't show up, was that a sense of, was that a signal about being very confident about what Amethi will throw up on May 23rd, or possibly an acceptance of defeat? Again, we do not know. But as far as Amethi residents were concerned, they did come out in good numbers to cast their ballots.
Mashmi Singh, you've been tracking the Rahul Priyanka Gandhi roadshow in Amethi, Rae Bareli. What was the polling like? Paulami Saha reports high level of enthusiasm amongst voters in Amethi. What did you observe, Mashmi?
See, clearly, Rahul, I see Rae Bareli as the big brother of Amethi. You have Amethi that's always mercurial, at least for the past 2 times. And Rae Bareli has shown much more maturity. I saw voters coming out in good numbers early in the morning. I did see that there was a connect amongst the voters as far as the Gandhi family is concerned, considering the senior members of the Gandhi family actually fight from Amethi, and now it's Sonia Gandhi. I saw that people realized the importance of Rae Bareli for that matter, and as they said that they fixed a target, the Congress has fixed a target of more than 5 lakhs for victory. Now this has been a political laboratory not only for Sonia but also for her mother-in-law Indira Gandhi, and her political guru was from Rae Bareli. So that's a very old connect that we're talking about. Feroz Gandhi was the first one to contest from Rae Bareli. So really, it really goes back to decades as far as the Gandhi family connect is concerned, and I saw that largely reflected in the polling. I also saw that the opponent was a Congress turncoat, so the BJP had run out of options. The earlier option, Mr. Agarwal, had also turned a rebel for the BJP, accusing the BJP of hiring a Congress turncoat as a candidate. So really run out of options there for the BJP, which is opposite the case in Amethi, where Smriti Irani is given a real good fight. So Priyanka Gandhi would actually be basking in the glory of Rae Bareli if she can manage to cross that 5 lakh figure mark in Rae Bareli. As she said that she'd like to make it a sample and a Rae Bareli model for strengthening the cadre in 2022 in UP. So
I want to go across now from Rae Bareli to West Bengal, where we saw pitched battles between the Trinamool Congress and the BJP. It's in Barakpur that we've got Indrajit Kundu, who was tracking the battle through the day. Remember, in Barakpur, last time the seat was won by Dinesh Trivedi of the Trinamool with a 46% vote share. Subhashini Ali, then on a left ticket, came in at 26%. This time, he's up against Gargi Chatterjee of the CPM. Indrajit, give our viewers a sense of what happened on these 7 seats of West Bengal where polling happened today, and all the violence and the fissures and the bad blood of Barakpur.
Prestige battle at that. Dinesh Trivedi, who is the incumbent Trinamool Congress, and he has always won the seat with a handsome margin. And the person who was responsible, in a sense, to ensure that victory was the former Trinamool strongman from that area, Arjun Singh, who is now unfairly his opponent.
Okay, give me a moment as I fix that audio line with Indrajit. I want to go across to Suja Ulhaq, who's in Anantnag. Remember, in Anantnag, we had a very, very tense battle, because it's in Anantnag that the polling is happening across 3 phases. This is where Mehbooba Mufti won in 2014. She picked up 53% of the vote share. Mirza Mehboob of the National Conference came second. This time, Mehbooba Mufti is up against Hasnain Masoodi of the National Conference and Ghulam Ahmad Mir of the Congress Party. Let's show you what the voting percentages in Anantnag looked like when we last heard from here. Remember, in Anantnag, only 29% of the voters voted last time. This time, it's looking rather bad. Tell us, Suja, how many people came out? Was there some enthusiasm? How did polling go in Anantnag today?
Well, Rahul, a difficult day for the Election Commission of India and the administration here in this entire area. You know, as you were mentioning, this is the constituency which in an unprecedented manner had, the elections been done in 3 different phases, just because it's so sensitive and volatile. Today we saw violence also taking place at various places. At least 3 polling booths were attacked, 2 of them were attacked with a grenade. A petrol bomb was also hurled. Thankfully, no casualties have taken place. There were also reports of pitched battle between the protesters who clashed with the security forces who were withdrawing from the places along with the polling material. But overall, the silver lining is that at least there has been no casualties, so to speak. If you remember, these are the areas which were very, very difficult right from the beginning. We've been talking about it. After 2016, this seat fell vacant and the Election Commission could not even hold a by-election here. So at least the elections have happened here. Of course, the voter turnout is something which is very, very crucial and alarming. In Pulwama and Shopin, we've seen just about 2% each voting taking place. So overall, if you take the constituency, I doubt that it will cross the single-digit number. So voter turnout being very, very worrying factor here. But overall picture at least looks good because there has been no casualty, and the authorities tell us that it's good that elections actually took place in this constituency.
Okay, so it's a tough seat, given how difficult it is to try and organize polling there. The voting percentage is not looking very healthy, but it's better to have an election than not to have an election at all. I want to go across to Jaipur Rural. In Jaipur Rural, we've got Devankur Vadhavan. He joins us from there. Voter turnout in Rajasthan was 62% in 2019. In 2014, on these seats is already 63% and is likely to go up even further. In Jaipur Rural, where Devankur Vadhavan is, 64% voter turnout being reported already, whereas it was 60% in 2014. So we're seeing a higher level of enthusiasm. This is where, Devankur, you've got two Olympians facing off, Rajyavardhan Rathore versus Krishna Punia. What did you pick up from the ground all day?
Well, Rahul, the poll percentage this year has been around 2% better than 2014. This is a Jat-dominated belt of Rajasthan, the Jaipur rural area. It's a mixture of urban and rural population. The fact that it has Jats in considerable numbers, the community that Krishna Punia, the Congress's candidate, comes from, that is why at the rallies, at the public meetings that we went to during the campaigning phase, we witnessed Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore pointedly, carefully trying not to make it a Rajput versus a Jat battle. He was primarily focusing on the work done by the central government, by Prime Minister Modi, and the entire sense of BJP's campaigning all through the stage of campaigning was to focus upon asking for votes in the name of Prime Minister Modi, in the name of work that has been done by the central government and by the sitting member of parliament, who also happens to be a union minister. As far as the Congress's Krishna Punia is concerned, she is a member of Legislative Assembly in the State Assembly. She had recently won the state election, and after that, she has contested this election as a Congress candidate. There was considerable amount of enthusiasm on the ground that we witnessed. Now, whether that goes in the favor of the BJP or the Congress, that is something which the results can tell. But clearly, both sides at least appeared to be confident in front of TV cameras and otherwise, trying to convey that both of them are confident of a fairly...
I'm told that Indrajit Kundu is now back with us. He's tracking that battle in West Bengal. We have these pictures coming in of fisticuffs, arguments, lots of acrimony between Trinamool and BJP supporters. 7 out of 42, the BJP's vote share is certainly going up. Is that likely? To what extent do you believe that's likely to start translating into seats come the 23rd of May? Indrajit.
Well, that's right, Rahul. That is the big question on everybody's mind at this point in time. Will this, surge in vote share for the BJP translate into seats? Because remember, in successive elections that we are seeing, the BJP is eating into the left's vote pie. The left is bleeding, and it's a BJP which is gaining. But we haven't seen much of a gain as far as seat share is concerned, precisely because the BJP does not really have the electioneering machinery at this point in time at its disposal. It needs to create a ground grassroots structure, of party workers at this point in time to be able to leverage the kind of, groundswell it is experiencing at this point in West Bengal. That seems to be the big difference, and that is precisely the reason why many pundits would suggest the kind of scenes that we are seeing in West Bengal. You see Arjun Singh, the BJP candidate in Barakpur, in a high-profile contest against Dinesh Trivedi, moving from one booth to the other and alleging, malpractice and rigging against the Trinamool Congress. So the BJP is up against the well-oiled election machinery of Mamata Banerjee's government. It's the same in Asansol as well, what we saw Babu Supriyo doing from one booth to the other. So unless the BJP is able to put in agents in each and every polling station and ensure that people who are supporting them can come to the polling booth and register their vote in support for the party, it would be difficult for the BJP to see kind of seat gains that they're expecting at this point in time.
Okay, let's now go to Madhya Pradesh. Remember, there were 7 seats across different regions of Madhya Pradesh that went to polls. We've got Hemendra Sharma, Madhya Pradesh Bureau Chief, now joining us from Hoshangabad. In Hoshangabad, the BJP had won in style in 2014. Uday Pratap picking up 65% of the vote share. Devendra Patel of the Congress coming in second at 27% of the vote share. Uday Pratap this time is up against Shailendra Diwan of the Congress party. Not just in the seat of Hoshangabad, but across these 7 seats. Hemendra, what did you pick up today?
Well, if we break that down into regions, in fact, of the Bundelkhand region, Khajuraho, Tikamgarh and Dammo, there's almost a 10% increase in voter turnout, and these are primarily rural seats. As far as the Vindh region is concerned, Rewa again witnessed a voter turnout increase of almost 5%, and there is only one constituency, that is Satna in the Vindh region, that witnessed a dip in voter turnout, and there was a significant amount of anger against the sitting BJP MP from Satna. And other than that, in Mahakaushal region, in Hoshangabad, as well as in Betul, there has been an increase in voter turnout. Which way this will go, only election day results would tell. But so far, the BJP looks a little jittery, because all the 7 seats were held by the BJP, and now with the Congress investing all its time and resources for the past 3-4 months in agrarian distress and on farmers' issue, it appears that the rural voter has turned out in favor of the Congress. And if that happens, then the Congress, it appears, is in a position to snatch some seats from the Congress, from the BJP.
Okay, so they're hoping that they will do well. I want to show our viewers that phase 6 is on the 12th of May. So far, we've had till phase 5, 59 seats in phase 6, and then finally on the 7th phase, 59 more seats. So you've got just about 120 odd seats to go, 118 seats, and then this election will be over. I don't know whether you felt the same way, but it's a bit like giving an exam. When you start an exam, then in the initial period there's a lot of intensity, lots of josh. When you come towards the middle, the level of intensity starts flagging, and then towards the end you're just waiting for the exam to get over. I don't know about the netas, that's the way I'm feeling, and I'm certain that a lot of our reporters who've been out in the heat and dust, working non-stop the last several days, have been feeling as well. A lot of people generally just want this election to get over. But anyway, there are 2 big phases still to go. We'll be tracking those very, very carefully. Crucial battles still in the eastern part of Uttar Pradesh, in the southern part of West Bengal, around Kolkata, which is where the Trinamool's bastions have been. Battles also remaining in Bihar. We'll keep tracking this very, very closely. Thank you very much for joining in on this special broadcast brought to you by the Election Intelligence Dashboard. The kind of insights, I'm told that a lot of our competitor channels are now trying to create something like this. This is really powerful. It gives you the kind of insights you don't get elsewhere, and we'll keep at it the next 2 phases, and then our big exit poll on the 19th of May. If this was IPL season, we're just getting into the final crucial overs at the end of the game. This is where it really gets even more exciting. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you would love to.